name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. You're the miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. You're the miracle working God. You're the miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Uh-oh. 1 second. We have to go on a quick break again. I shall be back, I think. Waiting on the lady. Heidi's here. Heidi, sorry, my glasses is not working. I don't know what is happening, what is working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm too excited today. I don't know why, so I need to calm down a little.
We are live.
Are we live? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Welcome on the show, everyone. Oh, we're live. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. I think because I'm not used to this time changes and stuff like that. So apology if if I'm misbehaving. Seriously, I don't know. Welcome on the show, Heidi. Sorry, Liz was meant to be here. I don't know what I did with the schedule, but straight on apology for messing everything up this time, really. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Temi. How are you?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Somebody was just talking to me just then and say, Temi, do you actually sleep? Do you think so? Do you think maybe I don't sleep either?
Look, we all manage to do things, and we need to sleep. You know that. You're the first person to know that. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that you sleep too. I believe your picture is frozen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now I'm frozen?
No, it's moving now, but there is I think there's a glitch or something.
Oh, uh-oh. It could be my internet. I could see that the internet is falling out.
Yeah, it might be your internet. Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. The bar is very low.
Okay.
Hopefully, we're able to finish our show before the whole thing packed up because nothing really is certain these days. Can you still hear me or am I still frozen?
I can hear you fine. Your picture is just going and coming, that's all. But I can hear you okay.
Okay. Well, I do sleep, if you can hear me. I sleep a lot actually. I will sleep maybe 10 o'clock. Sometimes I could be talking to people, Europe or in Nigeria or some part of Africa, and then they wake me up because they don't check the time. And I'm very poor. I think I have to answer every call just in case. I used to do that when my father was here because I don't know if my dad or something. And now that my dad is gone, maybe I should just put my phone off. God's,
Mm.
I still have some families, but I just thought I'd answer some calls. That's just what it is. But I do sleep. I'll be in my bed by 10. I might not sleep. I'm already relaxing and I'll be in bed. I do sleep. And, sometimes I miss some occasions because I want to sleep. So I might not attend some occasions and then I get into trouble because people are asking why, why aren't you here? Why are you there? I still pick out of the three, I'll pick one. So I still dump couple of invitations because I want to get some rest. So I do, yeah, rest. Okay, for sure. How about you? How have you been?
I'm good, Temi. I'm really good. And tomorrow is Mother's Day for the other side of the world. So, for back home in Egypt and in lots of other countries in the world, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So, happy Mother's Day if you are celebrating tomorrow. And happy Women's Day if you are celebrating as a woman. A few weeks ago, a few days ago, actually. Yeah. So, there's so much to celebrate these days, huh?
Yeah, true. Yesterday was Mother's Day in England as well. So
Wow.
all the English people, happy Mother's Day to my cousins and my nieces, nephews, or nieces, I beg your pardon. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Yeah, so that's it in England. Liz is meant to be here. She was really, pumped for tonight. Actually, she's got some uh, insight into our last week topic, and I was laughing my head off when she was asking all these stupid questions, Liz, as this is. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a good one. Yeah, and it was very good. So hopefully she'll be able to join us before we run out today. But we've got a topic, this topic, I really want an insight into it, and I really want people's opinion, particularly your opinion about this topic. And I thought, let's share with us and let's share with the world about how important is the quality of gift, or is it the effort that you put to it that matters? This is been bothering me. And I also have another question that I'm going to ask you. And I did the same thing with you last couple of weeks ago when we went to Sydney. But I want to know more about how these things work in Australia. So let's go on a quick break. You tell me, how does things work in Australia? We'll be back. Welcome back on the show. I don't know what is happening to my internet. I could see the bar really going low, low. So I don't know. How is it doing now, Heidi? Is it still bad?
Yeah, there's still a bit of delay, I think, in the picture.
You could hear me well.
Yeah, I could hear you okay, yes.
Let's go. Uh, a friend of mine was asking me to travel with her, similar to what I did to Sydney. So I thought I need to pay a few things. I need to pay all this money because I don't want to put the burden on you. Like even you were going to for everything and flight and this, but how does it really work? Do you have to pay for it? Do I have to pay? What do I have to pay for? Do in Australian style? Because sometimes we do what we do like in our country, and it's actually not the culture here. So I've been wanting to check what's the culture here? How does it work? If I invite you to come with me to Queensland, how does that work, Heidi?
I think there is no one answer. There is many answers. It all depends. If you are inviting me to go with you to Queensland, what's the purpose of the invite? Am I going there to
Support me?
holiday, or am I going there to support you? And am I going there as the only friend, or do you have other friends? I think it all depends, Temi. There's not one answer, but there's also another very important dimension.
Mhm.
Your culture is not my culture.
Right.
There is no Australian culture.
Ah,
Australia really does not have a culture. because Australia has the culture of the people that live in it. And then, look at my next door. My next door neighbors, they're Croatians and Italians. They have a different culture than me. you
Mm.
know Look at
Yeah.
you. You're Nigerian. You have a different culture than Liz, and she's from Kenya. And the three of us are from Africa. Do
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So three of us are from three different places. We have three different cultures. I went to this to where did I go? I went to yes, I went to a dancing class. So I go to
Wow.
a dance class every Wednesday. Now
Mm.
in that class, they were doing like a group dancing, in Greek, in Italian, in Lebanese, in um, what else did they do in Spanish? So they
Mm.
were doing group dancing, and then someone asked me, "Do you have anything like that in Egyptian?" And I said, "No." They say, "Oh, but every culture has like a group dance." I don't know if we have one. The thing is, people assume that every culture is the same. They're not.
Okay.
So when you say the culture here in Australia, whose culture?
Whose culture? That's a
Now,
good
your
one.
picture is perfect now, by the way, so all good.
Yeah, thank you. That's interesting because like when I came first, I remember I was taking a couple of my friends' kids out for dinner. And actually this day we went for fish and chips and it was like $2 or $3. And this lady was very, very offended that I paid for her children. She was very offended. She said, no, 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 in this country, you don't pay for me. You pay for your children and I pay for my children. I'm like, it's only a little bit of money. It's not a lot. And the kids, they're my children, friends and all that. Why do you? So that's why, but you're right, because in Australia, we have different cultures. As long as whoever you're dealing with understands you, so you don't get into trouble with them, because a lot of people now, they're very antsy and they get offended if you do things that they think it's wrong or whatever it is to them. So well, I think that's good that you put yeah, just mindful of who you are going out with and how it works. Because I think I've said it on the show one time that my pastor invited us for dinner and didn't invite us, just said, can we all hang out? Can we all meet I think you were there. And half of the people went home, they didn't pay for their food. And they thought the pastor was going to pay for it. And the people rang me and said, tell me your people meted away with their money. They didn't pay. And I had to tell them, no, in this country, if you're invited out for dinner, you pay for your dinner. People don't pay for all of you. That's why I was asking about this question. But you deal with somebody, I mean, you know who you're going out with and how that works. All right, then no worries. The question today is, which is more important? I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Is it the quality of the gift that you buy or the effort that you put into getting it? Let's go on a quick break and we'll be back. Where are we? Okay. Welcome back on the show. Thank you for watching. Somebody says, I'm watching you from somewhere and I want to something with your view just now. I don't know where you're watching us from. Can you comment? Because we can see your comment. Don't watch us and just run off and then start putting comments on my phone. Anyway, the question is, what is more important, the quality? I don't know. And if you've got the idea, let us know. I'm always very, very tired, ID, looking for a gift. It it drains me and I hate it not to give a gift. I think if somebody is celebrating something, it's just reasonable to give a gift. It's just, good to go there with something. Uh, Being my culture, again, I have to say now, my culture is big on giving gift, and I stress, and then I look at the person, how do you present, can I how little can I give if I don't have money now, I'm struggling, how can I save up and give a quality gift. Listen, I don't want gift. I truly don't want gift, because you know why I don't want gift, because a lot of times I don't use them or I don't need them. This is the dilemma. I don't need it. And your presence means the world to me. Your engagement with me means everything. So I don't somebody might even take it. And then I remember one day I gave something. I'm saying, oh, no, 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 ID gave me that. I can't actually give you. It was given to me, and I'm doing all this. So the dilemma is, what do you reckon? Help me out.
I believe that if you have an occasion
Mm,
and you send out an invite or something to some people,
mm,
if gifts is not something you like, you straight tell people that.
mm,
I don't appreciate gifts. Your presence is what I appreciate. Okay, so I think be direct and be honest. And to some people, gifts is not a love language, they believe it's a burden. Okay, why? Because I know very well, because sometimes people go, oh, this person bought me that, so that means I need to reciprocate that in their occasion. So
yeah.
you gave me some money when this happened, or you gave me a gift when in my birthday, so I'm expected to give you the same in your birthday, or I'm expected to give you a very similar amount of money when your son gets married, or when your daughter gets married, or something like that.
Yeah.
In my culture, in the Egyptian culture, this is what happens. You give someone some money in when their son or daughter gets married, they keep a record.
Oh,
They have a book and they write down, this person gave me this amount, this person gave me this amount, this person gave, and then when it comes to their turn, you have that book of amounts, so you give exactly the same amount that was given to you to that person.
uh-uh.
Now, in terms of fairness, if you look at it from a fairness point of view, that is fair.
Mm,
But in terms of, like, in terms of utility, am I actually using all the gifts that I get from people? Sometimes I won't use it. So I do have a whole box of things that I'm not using and I got gifted, and I'm just going to give away.
this is where I want to get to, actually. I like this. I like where we're at. I think we're getting somewhere, and I'm really happy that we're talking about this, because I'm getting an awareness right now. Let's go on a quick break. I'll be back. Welcome back on the show. We're still talking about what is important. Is it the quality or the effort that you put into going everywhere looking for gifts or looking for money? And Heidi, I like what you said. I really like about keeping record. We do keep record now, thinking about it in Nigeria. We write it down. But I think the reason why we write it down is for the celebrant to know who gave them something. So if my child is getting married and my friends gave stuff, I'll keep the record for my daughter. But I don't remember who gave what. It's for her to know whatever they're giving to her, she's got everything that was for her. It's not missed out. Someone hasn't taken it. And also for her to know which one I need, which one I'm going to use. We personally, I don't think, but some people might be doing what you said, probably doing it. Look at the record and see who gave what, and then so when they're doing something, to give the same. And for fairness, I think this thing, I really don't think this makes any sense at all, because this is just putting unnecessary pressure on people. Because sometimes life happens. So when you were able to give whatever you gave at that time, you might be privileged and have the opportunity to give it at that time. So the person that you gave it to might not have that, buoyancy at the time of your turn. So you can't keep it record and say they have to, for fairness. I mean, fairness will determine fairness to me at any situation. I think if people are doing that, I think it's wrong. I actually think it's very wrong, because uh, don't expect, people might even give you more than what you gave them. So, but don't go and be checking record. We do take record, I know, in my family, but we give it to whoever is a celebrant. Is for them to know, because I will always do good to my friend anyway, not minding what they did to my child. And that, as it may be. But I like what you said, because about the gifts that you're not using. I have quite a lot of gifts that I'm not using, be it material thing. And in fact, movie ticket get expired in my hand. So now I'm always remember, once we get the movie ticket, I'm like, let's give it away before, because it will expire. Because I might not be able to go to movie for 1 year. I've seen it. I mean, I think Bumi get a lot of gold ticket, even movie ticket, and get expired in our hands. So I always say to him, just give me, I'm gonna give somebody tomorrow, quick, before it gets expired. So I think, can we be doing things like, not garage sales, like things like, I've got gifts, boxes of goodies that could be fit for gifts. Can we swap, or can we buy? What do you like? You know what I mean? Like, I could need a lot of gift that you might have now in your own goodie, kitty bags. I might have the same in my house. And for me, I'm struggling. Maybe you are not struggling, because that's not your problem. But I'm struggling, and I'm looking for where to go, how to get it, what will suit, and there's no time. And I know I used to have a secretary that used to help me before to get all these things, but I haven't had secretary now for the past 6 years or so. So I've been suffering this time. So is that a thing that we could do? Do you do stuff like that? Like, um,
Yeah. We don't. I've never heard of anything like this, but you know what? On Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, there is a grocery swap. So
grocery store?
yes, yes, I've seen that. I've seen it on Facebook Marketplace. What they do is that if I had bought a lot of detergent, for example,
Mhm,
and I don't need to use all of that, and I bought them half price, let's say,
mhm.
okay, someone else bought something else, and so what we do is that we swap
Oh,
with the same amount. So if I have lots of detergent and I need some onions, I can give you two detergents and I'll get some onions from you.
that's trade by barter. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes, and it's the same value. And everybody writes down, look, it's the same value. This is how much it is. You know, the morning fresh. I've seen lots of things like that on Facebook. You go on Facebook and there's lots of people that are doing market swap. They're called. I'm not sure about the name exactly, but I think it is called that. So people swap things on Facebook. Well, why can't we do gifts as well?
See, I
But
didn't even know that.
yeah, yeah, I know. There's so many things that are
Ah,
happening in the world that we don't know, we're not aware of it, simply because we've never been exposed.
see, there you go. I have some, maybe I get some hampers. Half of the things in the hampers, like the pickles, that this, I don't eat them. I can even give it for free. Like, I'm not
Yes,
gonna eat them, and they get expired in my hand, because it's not what I have in my store. It's different. All these pickles and all these things, I could swap them. There you go. I'm gonna look into that. And Heidi, I think this is an opportunity for us to start gifting idea swapping.
I love that. I love that. You see, it's a very good thing. Temi, there's so many groups on Facebook where moms are just trying to be inspired because it's very hard to manage a household, especially single moms. And so they are always on the lookout for inspirations and ideas and new innovations that we can do to help ourselves and to help our kids and to help our houses. And so I've been in a lot of these groups, and I am so grateful because I learned so much from them, because they give each other advices truthfully, very authentically, and they're all looking out for each other and they're all advising, so I'm in a lot of these groups, and I've learned about the swapping from there, and I've learned about marketplace. When people want to not just sell things, they're looking for services, they're looking for recommendations. For example, if I say, look, I'm looking to do my haircut and my roots, for example, but I don't want to pay anything over $50, does anyone know anyone?
Wow.
So they tell you, oh, this lady is doing that business from her house. So tell her that we've sent you and she's going to charge you only $50 and all of that. So it's very, very useful. There are things out there. There are groups out there. We're just not aware of them because you've never been exposed to them. That's all. But if you have, you know, contacts and people, there's so many places and ideas and things that we can help each other with.
Wow. This is what I'm saying. You don't know what you don't know. And I really want to know. I have single parent with me that is struggling, and we're struggling within ourselves, amongst ourselves, to try to support that person. So we could link them up with that group where more larger people are, rather than just our little close group. There you
Yes.
go, Heidi. Would they let someone who is not single parent to join the group? Is that something like, somebody like me? I've got a lot of people around me that might benefit, that or I might get something to bless them with, even.
Yeah, look, I don't think that there is a criteria for joining. I don't think you need to be a single parent to join, but it happens to be that single parents are together in that group. But I don't think there is a problem. I can link you to the groups and you can have a look at them to see if you can join. I'm sure you can. I don't think there was a questionnaire to ask you if you were single. I'm not sure.
This is the kind of thing that I really want to know. Swapping detergent. Do you know how many things I could have swapped or given if I don't even have to swap it? ID Soliman, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Terry.
this insight, and I appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. If we don't talk about this, you don't get that insight. But that's how we're going to stop today. Until next week, I will bring you another. We've got a couple of guests that are lined up, but we will fine tune that and we'll let you know. See you again next week. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you. Good night.
Good night.